Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 511 headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Duper Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Griggs, here with the super producer, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
I'm good, my man. How about yourself?
I am doing very well. Glad to be here.
Hey, guys, we took a week off. We'll be back in the saddle. Thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. We do not take your listeners lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials. What up, Sarah? At SUPADUPAPOD and online at HP53productions.com for our herch and additional content such as the Father Good podcast. And I'm on Ez McMahon with the Easy Smoke and GM podcast. Did you guys record this week? Or
we did not. We are. We're on a nice hiatus right now. We're all right though.
No, that's all good. It's football all the time because I know y'all ain't watching basketball. Well, you
actually,
right?
I've been watching the playoffs, man. This Knicks Celtics series has been phenomenal.
Look, the Cleveland down 2-0 is wild.
It's Cleveland down 2-0 to Indiana.
Because that's going to be hard to overcome down 2-0 and when the pressure on you. I feel like Boston can come back. I don't know about Cleveland. That's a tricky one there.
Well, Cleveland's good.
They're great.
It's not over yet. It's not over.
Right.
You got Golden State. Steph is out for at least a week.
Mm-hmm.
But
they won the game. They won the game we needed to win. They won game one. I don't think it's gonna get off the rails too much. You know what I'm saying? He might be back 2-1, 3-1, but they got to fight. They need enough chance to get them to come back. So this is some great playoffs. So shout out to all NBA fans.
I got to give it to them. It's been good. It's been good.
I've been watching. Counting that checks. He was like, see, y'all paid us $70 billion. See what you get. So make sure you're checking out the NBA playoffs. And make sure you follow us on all socials and wherever you get this podcast, Easy Smoking GM. Make sure to like, share, review. Also, find us on YouTube at HP53 Productions, where you can like, share with a friend. You can see Ez's wonderful face and his hat collection, making sure all the jokes, get the visual aids with the jokes so we can make that happen. So before we get rolling, just want to shout out to Alvin Green and everybody at Al's Cookie Mixx. Really appreciate him joining the pod last week. Got a lot of great feedback. It's funny, as I ordered some cookies and he didn't know it was me. But customer service is great. He gives you a call. He says, "Hey, is this so and so? Hey, got your cookies. They'll be ready on this day. Thank you for supporting us." And he sent me a text. I said, "Hey man, thanks for being on the podcast." He said, "Oh man, I know that was you. My bad. Let's hang out soon." So but customer service is fantastic.
That's awesome.
But I made my custom order online. Check them out again. Al's Cookie Mixx with 2 X's. I got an oatmeal chocolate chip and M&M's cookie, man. Listen,
that sounds
I call
outstanding.
I call it super duper cookie. They should call it the same. And I mean, they deliver, but I picked mine up because I'm in the neighborhood, bruh. They brought out a big old nice heavy box, big old cookies, nicely sealed. I mean, they were delicious. I've been eating like a cookie a day. So shout out to Al for messing up my diet for last week or so, man.
Hey, don't worry about that. Those are good cookies for a good cause.
Good cause. Again, check them out. Al's Cookie Mixx with 2 X's. ALSCOOKIEMIXX.com. Order your cookies today, and they are delicious. So we're gonna jump right in it as we have a lot to talk about, man. So the biggest news of today is, of course, we got us a new Pope. The key details from the Pope is from Perplexity. Pope Leo the 14th, born Robert Francis Prevost in Chicago, 1955. So we got a Chicago Pope, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I saw a meme today. They had somebody walking out to the Bulls music.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious, man.
The Alan Parsons Project.
And he's the first American to become Pope. That's wow. This is like a really big deal. I was looking at.
It's a huge deal.
CNN early, and they were wondering like why the first American, why now, especially with the way American is. Like, is it a sign to, like, even though America might be in this tough position, is in this tough position with our leadership, this is a way to draw it back into the world, right? Into world issue and world views. I thought that was an interesting thought about it, man. But he's ordained a priest in 82 and then moved to Peru as part of an Augustinian order. And he became the bishop in Peru in 2014, is later made archbishop, and was elevated cardinal status by Pope Francis in 2023.
Well, I think that's part of it, is that he's not, he hasn't spent all of his time in the U.S.
Yeah,
he was in Peru. He spent time in Italy.
Yeah.
He's been back here. He's been in Chicago for some years as well. I know he's back here in the early 2000s. So he's, more of an international guy.
Yeah.
Than just a guy that's been planted in the United States. So I think he's a little different.
Sure, but he's Southside though.
He's Southside. He is
born at Mercy Hospital, man. Grew up in Dalton. Shout out to Dalton.
From Dalton. And they wait. So on the when they made the announcement, right? The white smoke goes up. I was watching ABC News at the time. I was at work, and the reporter says we're going to have a Cubs fan as Pope, and I was like, wait a minute, this dude is from Dalton. I was like, there's no way it's a Dalton guy rooting for the Cubs, especially during that time. We're talking about he was born in what, 55?
Yeah.
So you're talking about the late 50s, 60s into the early 70s. During that time, for sure, you had to make a choice, and walking the streets of Dalton, you had to be a White Sox fan.
Yeah,
so you couldn't tell me he was a Cub fan. Of course, his brother came out today. He was interviewed, and he confirmed it that the Pope, was it Pope Leo the 14th?
Pope Leo the 14th
is a White Sox fan. So that's why I got my White Sox hat on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Representing the South Side here. So that's awesome. That's good stuff, man.
And they saw the number. The Pope is a leader of 1.3 billion Catholics, man.
It's a lot of Catholics, man.
That's something else, man. So shout out to Pope Leo the 14th, man. Wishing you all the best. And the Pope has that's a heavy task, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing. You know what I'm saying? The people, though, his followers look to him for moral advice, and he has a big voice when he says something that means a lot to the people and to the world, man. So wishing him all the best. And shout out to Chicago. We still on the map, baby. You know what I'm saying? Everything good come out of Chicago, as we like to say.
That's
man.
right.
Sure. And so as next thing, we got a lot to get to today, because Mother's Day is in a couple days. So we were supposed to record last week, and this was a timely topic, because it was going to say get your cards, because you know how it is on Father's Day. It'd be cards in there till like on Father's Day, just full of cards. But this morning is Mother's Day. If you're hearing this podcast and you ain't got your card yet, guess what? It's too late. You might as well just go get some construction paper and just write your mama a really nice.
No, there's cards out there. It just won't be.
And it costs they $16. No, either they really bad or they $20. You know what I'm saying? And so and I know if I was to give my mother a $20 card, she'd be like, "You paid $20 for this? Stop. Take this back. Not you right in it." For real, man. So you guys do anything special Mother's Day?
No, you know what? My mom is down where in the
where she is.
Yeah. So so no, we're not doing nothing.
You send a gift?
No, I can't. Come on, man. It's before Mother's Day. What you want me to do?
Okay, I mean, you got a couple of bruh. It is Thursday.
She might listen to this, man. Maybe it's a surprise.
Okay. Sure. This is going to be a surprise to you too, huh?
Jeez. We just give up everything. Yeah.
Jeez. Sorry, Mama McCann.
I'm saying we'll talk about it next week.
Next week, sure. Yeah. As you ruffle through Amazon right now, as you figure out a gift, get that 1-day shipping. Okay,
it works.
Yeah, it does. Shout out to Bezos.
Yeah.
Another quick thing, man. I was thinking about this. As we, the word tariff is probably going to be the word of the year. I believe it's when it works. You hear that every conversation. I notice how people just blame everything for tariffs. I was even blaming stuff for tariffs, right? It was like, the cost of tacos are high. It's like, man, because it's like we were ordering something at work, some food, and it was like, yo, why is food so high all of a sudden? It's like, well, these tariffs, and everybody started laughing. Man. Yeah, I was like, you late for work, blame them
tariffs, man. Affect traffic, man.
Traffic, blaming them tariffs. It's them tariffs. You know how it is. People get to work now. Bad service at restaurants.
Went to go buy some chicken, man. Tariffs.
Wi-Fi not working. Them tariffs, man.
Tariffs.
Set it all up, man. Food not good. Tariffs. But that it is, man. But guys, all jokes aside, make sure you're staying on. You're watching reputable news networks, especially following SDP. Because the thing, a lot of this stuff you see, they're rolling tariffs back, and it was a lot of it was just more like to scare people and inflammatory and just I'm a deal maker, and half of the stuff ain't even happening, but the market's going up and down, everything's so volatile. So you just kind of got to stay steady, man. Just make sure you read everything you can, because we know what's going to happen to this country in the next 2 years, at least 4 years for sure. It's going to be a rocky road, but make sure you know the truth. And even though we joke about it here and there, make sure you still are reading up on this stuff and reading for yourself, man. Because as Dr. Williams always says, it's a war on information. That's what this really is. So make sure that you are finding reputable sources for yourself and not just hear it from somebody second, third hand, like because it's easy to do that, right? Like have a conversation with somebody, they tell you something, and then that's your line for people. But you should read it for yourself so you understand, because you might not agree with the person that told once you hear more about it, you might be, oh, that's not so bad, or that's actually horrible. I don't know, but you need to read it for yourself so you understand it. So make sure you're checking out a good reputable news source. Shout out to CNN. That's why I listen to MSNBC. I do what you do from time to time. Look at Fox News. I just can't do it long, man.
I like Fox News, man. You find out some interesting stuff.
I mean, I just be like, I got like a 20-minute.
Find out what some people are thinking, man.
I got a 20-minute cap, man. No, couple more quick things. We'll get to our big topic for the day. So it's like a lot of great movies out right now. Have you seen Sinners yet?
I have not seen Sinners yet.
Yeah, listen. Every time I try to go, something get in the way.
Everyone that's talked about it has said you gotta see it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to stay away from the memes and from certain podcasts, because like people.
I keep seeing the one clip. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen it?
Because I don't watch any. I don't watch any clips, man. I turn them all off because it's like I want to be as surprised as possible, man. But
I'm just gonna put it out there like this. There's one clip out there that says, "Yeah, I need to see what's going on here because it's wild." So yeah, I'm with it. Yeah.
So another movie that's out is Thunderbolts from Marvel. Are you caught up in the Marvel universe? I feel like
I saw Captain America.
With Anthony Mackie.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. In the theater?
Yeah, I saw it in the theater, yeah.
When was the last time you been? Wait. Because on the last time we talked, you were kind of iffy on theaters. When was the last time before this?
No, this was before that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying.
That might have been Black Panther 2.
Oh.
No, that's not true. I had to have seen something else before then. But it's been a while.
I don't think so, bro. Every time we talked about it, you be like, always looking out.
Maybe it hadn't been that long.
Oh, got it, man.
But I did see tariffs. Tariffs affect that, man. Well, you see, trying to put a tariff out there on international filming.
Yeah, listen, bro. But again, I feel like it's all inflammatory. Like it's just, and this is what I really think it is. Like tariffs get people going, it's news going, and then there's something happening right under our nose because we're so focused on tariffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So so it's like every time you hear tariffs, y'all like read the rest of the news. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on that we should be paying attention to because we on tariffs. Because I don't even, like the movie industry, nothing's happening here. Yes, it does. People making movie studios all the time. Yeah. And so, that's something, that's where I'm at with it now. It's all inflammatory.
So I did see Captain America. So I guess that rolls into Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. I haven't seen that yet either. I
haven't seen Thunderbolts yet, but I heard it's really good.
But now another movie that's out that I probably is like, we came out on the wrong weekend, is The Accountant 2. You ever see The Accountant?
Is it out already?
It's out already. I think.
I didn't realize. I thought The Accountant was really good.
It was. Listen, I think about Aiden specifically when I see that, because I think in the movie he has all.
Yes,
But obviously he high function because he killed
extremely.
I mean, he's super high function. Okay, and I'd be thinking like, man, maybe I'm not training my kids the way I should, because they could be.
I don't know if you want them trained
killers,
like that. I don't know if you want that, man. Now, the accounting aspect of it, you might.
My man made life for himself. Okay, I don't know what to say. He'll be safe from harm. Okay.
Oh, ain't nobody messing with him.
Ain't nobody fooling with him. No, but definitely that's a movie I want to see. So I'm trying to figure out how to see these 3 movies before, because now they yank movies from the theater so fast. to put them on streaming. I think
yeah.
these three I definitely want to see. I feel like Sinners, you got to see that in the theater. Thunderbolts, I would prefer. Now, if I count to two, if I don't get to it, I'm not so pressed. But the problem with me is like in a theater, I can focus better. Like I can sit there and watch it. When I watch a movie at the crib,
you get your phone. You gotta,
yeah. Like cause you can rewind it, so you ain't really listening all the way. Like, what they say? Okay, run it back.
Let me go back. Yeah,
let me go back. And then I'll do that 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I go to the theater, I'm focused.
Yeah,
and I'm here. The problem, I was telling somebody earlier, like sometimes the problem is I can't see a late movie because I can sit down and know, oh, this ain't gonna be good. I can tell already. My eyes are trying to fight to open them up.
Yeah,
just like when Aiden and I went to see Dog Man. That was in January, and the premise of the movie, it's a kids movie. A guy, a cop, and a dog, they get in this bad accident. They take the dog's head, put on the man's body, and now he's Dog Man, a super cop, right? So after I was awake for the cop and the dog, and I woke up when they found the villain. We saved the day. I was like, "Ooh, I missed the whole movie, man." But Aiden was having a blast, so that's what it is.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, man. And a couple more things, boss. So because since we're catching up, man, we were talking about TV before we started. So I'm watching Severance now. I know I'm late.
Look at you, you late.
I know I'm late, but I mean, today I saw an episode and I screamed at the TV. Like what I like about Severance, I like shows that they have they build a world, a universe for you to learn about. And it's also like the suspense, like everything that you need to know is in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like every important detail is already around you.
Is it?
For the most part. But like they start putting it together, like, because wait, you've seen it, yes?
I've seen all 3 seasons.
Okay, so I'm trying to. I don't want to talk about it. I'll get a spoiler.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, where are you right now?
I'm season 1, episode 7.
Because it's only been 2 seasons. I'm sorry. It's been 2 seasons.
I'm season 1, episode 7 when they showed who his wife was.
Okay. I see where you are.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Here's my problem. Okay. You still don't know what the hell's going on, and you're almost a full season in.
Yeah.
You don't know what are they there for?
But that's the beauty of it. That's what it keeps bringing you back in, because it's like they get closer. I mean, it's marginal. They get closer,
and so you got to because the only reason why you got to keep going. Number one, it is good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but you got to keep going because you already invested. It's like I can't just waste all this, 7 hours that I put in already. I got to keep going now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's a good show. Keep going. Season 2 is really good. I'm just gonna let you know that.
But I was thinking about that, like. I mean, I know it's a show, right? So none of this is real. But would you, if you had the option to be like, I'm gonna be a different person during the day versus at night, like, I don't know if that's something I would really choose. I mean, because I was thinking, like, what makes these people do it? And obviously, they got stress.
You're going through some things in your actual life, and so just to get away from it for a certain period of time, is it worth it, or should you just go ahead and deal with whatever you're dealing with?
Yeah. And but also the scary part is just how it resembles a corporate job, right? Like, you just
your cubicle.
Yeah, you're there, and your work coworkers become y'all in this like survival situation all day long for this short finite amount of time. And even when you leave, you don't I don't think about work when I leave, because I part that a lot. See you tomorrow, suckers. But it's still just, most jobs you still gotta do work at home. But for the most part, when you pull out a lot, you don't think about it till you pull up and then you get.
So is that a good trade-off?
I don't know, because the problem is like
that you have no thought of work until you get there, and then as soon as you leave, you can't work on anything else because you forget everything that you've done.
But it's not just work though. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're forgetting everything else. That's the issue. It's one thing if it was just work related, but it's like You don't know you got a family. You don't know that you had a fight with your partner last night. You don't know that you saw the greatest thing in the
I'm saying
world.
that
You know what
might
I'm
be a
saying?
good thing though, because then you don't have to worry about that stuff until you get off.
But who said? But what? Why does it always have to be worry? Maybe I love thinking about this stuff during the day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you're trying to forget some things, then you're not,
but I feel,
you're in a
but
different place.
I hear you, but I feel like at some point, that's just all of us know this stuff sucks in the beginning, but as time goes on, you're like, okay, now like, wait, but I had to cut half of my brain off, and I don't know why I'm here again. So, but the shady part is this, and I mean, this is the sense I get from the show, so I don't want you to answer either way.
Yeah, I
But it's
got
just how like it's diabolical. Like at the end of the day, this ain't for good. You know what I'm saying? This is diabolical in every sense of the word. That's the part that's scary.
Keep
It's not.
going.
You know what I'm saying? So
Keep going.
that's the vibe I'm getting. That's the scary vibe I'm getting. Like, what's the end goal of this? I hope they
Keep
bring
going.
out.
That's all I'm gonna say. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
The
Okay.
good thing about this is you don't have to wait a whole season, or excuse me, a whole
Yeah, I can just
off.
pound it out.
You can
Crazy.
just keep going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for season 3 now. So
Yeah.
yeah, keep going. Let me know what you think.
I will, man. And on top of that, you told me to watch Celtic City because I was going to
Yeah,
watch it, but you were like, Rob, watch it. Yo, that documentary, that's on Max. Shout out to Bill Simmons and the Ringer. That's a documentary.
they
You know what I'm
did
saying?
a
Like I
really
have great respect for the Celtics and the organization as as just understanding all that they're going, just
yeah
as it is
from the start.
phenomenal. I
Yeah.
mean, and especially as a basketball fan. I mean, I know it's probably hard for you to do, but it was still just a matter of
No, I'm
like
still a
learning
basketball
about.
fan at
I
heart.
know I'm messing with you,
And the thing about the Celtics, I think all basketball fans have some type of a relationship with the Celtics
yeah,
because of just how historic that franchise has been over the last what 70 some odd years
yeah.
now.
It's Michael Jordan's coming out party with the Celtics. You
With
know
the
what I'm
Celtics,
saying?
yeah, the 63 point
63 in the playoffs.
game,
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
with
the
you.
Celtics.
Yeah, and it's like they are the measure because the Lakers kind of had one. See, what I liked about this. So let me start here. So the reason football is so popular and remains popular, not that basketball isn't, but follow me here, is because for football, they focus not on the resources, which are the players, it's the brands, which the teams. Like people,
Right.
we are Bears fans. We are, you are Dallas Cowboys fans, New York Giants fans. Notice I didn't say Packers. But it's like, you're fans of these teams. But in the NBA, you're usually a fan of a player, right? So
Right.
all that to say, that's why people can love a team for generations. If they won in 16, they win a Super Bowl, they get their hearts broken. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. This is our team that we follow. And so it was cool that like how they did it, it was really just about the Celtics through the years. You can see why people there and even it's even crazier how through every generation of Celtics fans have their team and most of them have a championship that they can kind of look towards, right? And say this was ours for the most part. Except
They
like
have
I think these
outside of the 90s,
yeah, they
they
got
have a
every
championship in every
generation.
decade.
Yeah. And see, like, and as a Bulls fan, we can appreciate that because it was the 90s. That was it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Or even like the Warriors, like it's the 2010s and the beginning of the 2020s. Man, that's it. Maybe the one they won what in the 70s, I think. Yeah,
They won a couple in the 70s, but Dave, you had, you start off with Cousy and Russell,
yeah.
which then, they
That
never
led to
were in a rebuilding phase. They went into Havlicek.
yeah, because I was about to say that because you people, I think for me, even though I knew the names Havlicek and Georgia White, all those
Yeah,
guys, I just forgot that was the bridge between Russell and Bird.
yeah. Right,
They were still
right.
kicking tail in
And then
between there.
you
You know what
got
I'm saying?
Dave Cowan shows up and he
Yeah,
wins a couple MVPs and a couple championships. And then Bird comes, and then you had the Lim Bias situation happen,
that's
which
the
was supposed to be the next
every
bridge.
time I see it, that's wild.
Yeah,
Because it's like because they were, even hearing about Len Bias, he was nice, and they were like,
yeah.
"You might give Michael Jordan more for his money."
Right, right.
That would have been something to see. Like,
I always remember Coach K always said that, in the history of the ACC there were two guys, and
mm,
it was Michael Jordan and it was Len Bias. Those are the two best players in the history of the ACC, and they were in the ACC at the same time. So just
man,
imagine,
yeah.
what could have happened there.
And what I like though, even though Danny Ainge came and changed it, but how they let him retire in Celtics. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Danny,
even
by the
they
way,
get to
Danny
come back.
Ainge, bitter.
You can tell? You think so?
Bitter.
Because he got traded?
Because he got traded.
Yeah, he's like,
he
fine,
said, because he was the one that said, wait a minute. They should have been the ones that got traded. They should have traded Bird and McHale and Paris. They didn't have nothing left.
Yep.
Why did they get to stay and retire?
Yeah, he come back and that's
came and
because I think that's missing too. Like, because those guys move so much, and that's part of the player empowerment and what's allowed. But I do like that was pretty. You can see that abrupt ending where like every generation Celtic got to say goodbye, have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, that's ending. Now here's our new phase of players, and Danny, now it's like,
Danny got sent to Sacramento.
Yeah, he ain't like that. He ain't like that at all. He ain't like that not one bit. But it's
really good doc.
But because that bears a question too in the NBA, like who's the person belong to? Like Derrick Rose belongs to the Bulls, even though he played for the Knicks and for the Timberwolves. Like
he's absolutely the Bulls. Yeah,
belongs to the Bulls. Like LeBron, I think he belongs to the Cavaliers. Even though he's been in LA this long, he's still a Cav to me. I mean, he made things.
Is he really? Is LeBron really a Laker?
He's not. No, I don't.
Are they going to? Once LeBron retires, is he really going to get embraced by the Laker fan? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Because and not to say,
and even before they won the title and the bubble title.
Yeah.
Even when he signed, I was like, he's not going. Yes, he's going to be a Laker and they're going to love him, but he's not going to get the Kobe Magic treatment.
Had he won one more, maybe. And also when you think about his Lakers tenure, it's not crazy successful. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of individual accolades, right? So it's like he could have done this anywhere. But like the Lakers franchise, they got a championship, right? Got AD, and they had some times here and there, but it's been down more than it's been up.
He's this generation's Will.
Ooh.
He's Will.
Because listen, I saw something earlier that was like, if Steph wins one more, what's the real conversation? And he won 5 in LeBron's era.
His era.
Ugh, that's
something to think about.
That'll break the internet, man.
Something to think about.
That'll break the internet. So, as I know you love these Allen Iverson stories, so every time I get one, I bookmark it for you because I know I know you love AI. So I saw the story on the Wall Street Journal. Yes. So, summary real quick. This article talks about the ethics and privacy of a wearable device. So, did you know that there are wearable devices as like you can wear something and it can record everything you say, record everything that you do, and then kind of give you a summary of all of your day?
I don't want nothing to do with that.
So these products are called the B, Limitless, and Plaud, PLAUD wearables. They record everything you say and use AI to provide summaries, to-dos, and they can like kind of predict the kind of future you're going to have based upon all the things you say.
There's some things that don't need to be remembered.
No. Hey, and there's some things you say like, I said that? So this woman, Joanna Stern, she willingly wore a $50 B Pioneer bracelet. So it's a bracelet. Okay. And it records everything you say and uses Allen Iverson to summarize her life. So and send her helpful reminders. So like she also got 2 other gadgets.
Can you use the actual Allen Iverson's voice?
What you mean? To when it says it back?
When it says it back, yeah.
Well, I think it's more like it was different ways. Some ways it's like a transcript. Mainly, I don't think it talks back.
So it doesn't talk back to you. Okay.
I
was just gonna say the AI could use AI,
I'll see. Oh, jeez. And then going there. A 199 Limitless and a 159 Plaud. So, you think about like, is this so? Before we move any further,
189 a month?
No. The B is $50. The Limitless is $199. The Plaud is $159.
And that's it. That's all you spend.
That's all you pay. That's all you pay for that bracelet. That's it. I'm sure there's some service fee with like signing up for the because even with ChatGPT, you have to pay a certain fee for like to kind of operate on a higher level with it, man.
Okay, all right.
So the $50 B Pioneer bracelet has microphones that captures all your words and uses AI to summarize your conversations. So, so they have small microphones listen for voices, particularly your voice. So when they detect dialogue, they stream the audio to your phone via Bluetooth and then to the company service where it's transcribed. AI models take the transcription and generate summaries, which appear in the app within minutes. Now, okay. Now here's a benefit where, say you're in a meeting, right? We have corporate meetings, and sometimes like, okay, boom, we talking. What do we say? Boom, we got it. That could be positive.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to remember to take it off.
Well, they get to that because apparently, like some of them. So see, look at you. So here we go. The B doesn't save audio after transcription. You can't listen back to anything. Limitless keeps the audio, letting you play back full recording. But the B bracelet doesn't have a now recording light, so you don't know if it's on or not. You have to remember to turn it off. The Limitless has a small light that indicates when it's on. So so you can't forget to have it on. Now you've recorded some murder scene. You didn't know it. Both have physical buttons to quickly cut the mic.
That's actually a good point.
What?
It can, if you get accused of something.
Yeah, it's like I had
block clip right here. Here you go.
And I've tried. Listen, I do these segments because it's not always bad, man.
That's not bad.
No, they be like, yeah, Ed's this so and so. Nope.
I was watching In the Heat of the Night the other day, man. I was like, man, if I was messing around in Sparta, Mississippi, I'd be in trouble, man, because there's something going on there every week. Every week,
huh? So both have physical buttons to quickly cut the mics. Limitless displays the small light. B has a red light, but you kind of got to tell people like, hey, I'm recording, because depending on what state you in, they could be.
You can't. You can't record people without their consent.
Like Illinois is a 2-person state. Florida is a 2-person state. I think New York is as well, but some places are 1-person, meaning like only you have the consent to recording. I suggest you find out where those states are and be very, very careful. That's how my man, what was the owner of the Clippers? Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling. Yeah.
That's how he get caught out there.
But he was ridiculous.
Wow, it was about time, man.
Yeah.
So, with massive transcripts for your life, these AI apps can summarize your life, remind you of things, and analyze. Like both B and Limitless have chat box. You can talk, so you can ask about your recorded life. Like it can give you a break. So in this example here, it gave her a breakdown of her cursing habits. So she cursed 2.4 times a day. It can be helpful too. Like, it can remind you to look through certain things.
You say the F word too many times.
It's like, hey, you're like, F you. So we talked about the state stuff. Yeah, so like, and this lady was in New York and New Jersey. Oh, I'm sorry, New York and New Jersey are one party consent states. I didn't realize that.
So that means that you can just, as long as you say I want to record, it's
that's it. Yeah. So the next time I go to New York, I ain't saying nothing. But you have to make sure everybody has verbal consent. And the biggest thing is that, so the biggest concern, of course, is that your life, all your words, is stored on some server somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the scary part of the AI, right? Because you're teaching it. It's funny. I was out Saturday, and our robot was on a TV, and it was like, ooh, that's a little timely show. You know what I mean? Because it's like you never know.
Robot let you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's like
the robot's gonna take over,
because AI is at its worst stage right now. In years it will be the best version it will ever be in 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? And because are you using it yet at work, or do anything at all?
Nope.
Oh man, and I put so many people onto it just because it's a faster way. You got ideas, thoughts.
Nope.
Pop in and see what comes out.
It doesn't need to have that much power, man.
Yeah.
Y'all are giving away everything, and you're gonna stop learning how to think. That's my thought.
I will say that is there are times I have to go, all right, Rob, you think of the words. You write it down. You know what I'm saying? Because it is easy to say. That's what I'm trying to say. It's switching back out to you. So I will say that is a concern of mine. So I try to make sure I'm not using it completely.
What's Google's chat? Excuse me, Google has an AI.
Gemini.
So I think that's so when you
Microsoft's
Google
Copilot.
something, you get an answer with their AI.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the only way I'm using it right now.
Okay. And like, we use Perplexity. I still know the Bomani Jones show. They were using Perplexity. We use it from time to time here. It was using about the Pope information because it was like, tell me about the Pope, what they do, and but Perplexity sources the information for you. So
Did Perplexity tell you that he's a White Sox fan?
I don't think it came. I don't think I asked that.
Man, that Perplexity ain't on it then, man.
It's that we got.
It's
that late career Allen Iverson here.
What you talking about there?
So Ed, so the $1 million question: would you wear a device that records everything you say?
Nope.
So just outright no. Even though you just said if you was in Mississippi in the heat of the night, it would save you from a lot of crime.
Yeah, but I'm just got to stay out of Sparta. That's all.
See, I feel like
you're not locking me up, Chief Gillespie.
I feel like it would be situational. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I said, we're in meetings. Perfect example. I'm at a meeting with the kids for the kids' school, right? Or something in Brooklyn, and it's like, all right, everybody, I'm wearing this device. Just I'm recording our conversation, right? And so when you play it back, you can understand it, and then maybe it summarizes the meeting for you. You can maybe something you forgot or didn't hear, or you can check.
But here's my thought, though. You're gonna lose the ability to
listen,
to not just to listen, but to backtrack and think about what was being said in different situations, because you're gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for here? What's the word? Damn it! See, that's what I'm talking about. That's AI right there.
You using AI already, Dad?
Already. You're gonna be beholden to the AI.
Well, okay. What's different than taking notes? You know, like regular notes
because it's your notes, and you still, when you go back to your notes, you're still using your thoughts. I mean, I'm telling you, we're gonna lose brain power because of this. I'm telling you.
But I mean, again, I'm not disagreeing on that part because I know I have to put safeguards for myself. But I think
about right now. This is the phones right now, right? When was the last time you memorized a phone number?
That's the thing for me. I do that on purpose. I try to memorize phone numbers. So I'm the wrong person to ask. But I know what you mean. Like
I haven't memorized a phone number in this century.
Yeah,
I can still remember. I remember, my home phone number as a kid, and my grandparents' phone numbers and that. But I can't remember numbers from this century.
Yeah,
I don't know your number by heart.
I know. You just look at my name, man. It's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You lose that ability.
No, I got you. But then also the other side of it is, how many more numbers do you have? And there's a device that so knowing so if you knew all your numbers in your phone, what's the benefit? Of course, is like if you're in a jam, but you really the numbers you need to know,
when your phone battery go down and you don't have a charge, and like, damn, I need some help. Who am I gonna call?
What are you call? Well, okay, so you don't got nobody's number memorized.
I know my wife's number.
That's as you just what I'm saying. You can call somebody.
That's one.
But that's an important one to have.
I don't think
somebody else's number though. That is.
I don't know. I don't know.
Have other phone numbers memorized.
I probably should.
I'll be like,
but I've lost that ability now. See, that's AI.
See, hold on. They got nothing to do with AI. AI just came out like 2 minutes ago. This is a problem you've been having for 25 years.
Man, well,
What are you? Come on, see,
that's like the automation of life.
Tariffs. You blame it tariffs.
Tariffs. That's it. That's it.
Man, no, but again, I think all this stuff has to be situational. Like I use AI. They encourage us to use AI at work. Like I use AI at work. And I use AI. Yeah. Oh man, we got a whole office hours on. Like we got the souped up co-pilot. Man, it's crazy. It's like
so they don't mind. They don't mind that you're not giving original ideas.
But it's not even. It's more like it's said in the name of efficiency. And just, in technology, like why we are trying to be a company that considers itself innovative and what have you, and we're not even using the technology that's in front of us.
You humans are losing your minds, man.
You don't even remember phone numbers before AI, bro. What are you talking
Right.
about? See, people are really doing this beforehand. Everybody uses shorthand. What I'm saying is this: it's not a horrible thing to use the tool.
I told you what the tool. The only benefit to the tool is keeping me out of trouble. That's it.
So I think the biggest thing to me is the whole mic on and off. Like, because I know I forget to turn stuff off. That's my biggest flaw. I'll leave a light on in a minute.
And then
so I think it's,
one day you're going to be sitting there and all of a sudden, it's going to start talking. And it's going to blow your spot up.
No, but my thing is, it's a record it's a record somewhere forever. You're like, no, can y'all delete that?
They're going to get to
we're giving it to the authorities. That's my only thing.
Then you're gonna be long gone, and then they're gonna dick up everything on you.
And they're gonna slice and dice you, man, and that's it. So like, this is what he really thought about you. Man, I thought I'd turn that off. Be like, I'm glad this watch off because that dude was a sucker. Nope. You know what I mean? Man. So what do you think the future looks like for this stuff?
I just told you the robots are gonna take over. Our robot, that was a real that's real thought put into that, man. They knew.
Yeah.
Will Smith know what he's talking about.
I think you do bring up a point about just life is like, even the phone, as helpful as it is, as innovative as it is, when you think about what you just said, not just about phone numbers, but think about somebody told you something and like you couldn't call them to say, what did you say again? You just had to like use your head and be like, or listen intently. You know what I'm saying? You just better problem solvers now. Because I see people in the store all the time, and it drives me nuts. They're in the store on FaceTime or whatever. Is it this one? Is it that? Hey, make a list.
No. You know what? In defense of those people, because I'm one of those sometimes.
WS.
Hell yeah. I got a wife that, I come home and bring the wrong thing home, and then, she get on my case. Yeah. So you like, call with the FaceTime. This is what's here. Which one you want?
No, man. My mother would send me, and they'd be like, okay, got it. They got the list. Now, if I brought some home, I just go right back. Sister,
I'm not going back.
See, I'll go back.
I ain't going back.
No, but I do think it just has to be situational. But I think the problem is kind of what you were saying, just people just recording other people. I'm not so worried about me. It's us other people getting recorded, like kids and stuff out of context.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest concern I have without the recording just of because sometimes you need because the positive side I would say is like sometimes you need to hear the stuff you're saying to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you might think you cool and you here for a month, you calling yourself stupid or dumb. It's like, oh, I need to change how I talk to myself or to other people. And I think sometimes hearing that back, because people won't tell you talking like that because they're not keeping track like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but once you see, I talk to my mate, wife, husband, whatever. I don't talk to them right or well, or they don't talk to me well. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just kind of rolling until you see it. So I feel like if used properly, like with anything, like a car, like a gun, like food, you just have to use it wisely.
Right.
I think that will make it.
I do. I'm with you with the meetings though. Being able to take notes, that makes sense.
Yeah, because truly,
just to backtrack, just to
or even because I know I found like for me, I'm most creative when somebody else is writing. You know what I'm saying? If somebody else is taking notes, because I'm not worried about like what I'm just talking. And it's like, okay, cool. Now we got it. And I'm like, what did I say? I don't know what I said, but everybody liked the idea. Did anybody write that down? You know what I'm saying? So like something like that, I'd be like, I'm just cooking. Yeah. And now I'm rolling. So.
And it gives you idea. You can go back and then take notes from what was recorded.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So again, it's our situation.
Make sure that once the meeting's over, you push that button.
Exactly. But now guess who I wouldn't want to use these things are some little kids, especially just talking into the thing about nothing. Hey, delete the whole transcript. Get that out of here. Yeah, it should be an age on this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of this. But I'm gonna tell you, man, girlfriends, boyfriends, like, this is what you said last night. Boop, we are in a 2-person state, man. This is illegal. Did you know that? I saw something. People can take like their mate to jail or something if they record them without, like, they were saying like people go to their phones and record them and kind of stuff to kind of trip them up.
Yeah,
they can go to jail for that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Free game, fellas. So speaking of,
so you can't, let's say you record something.
Yeah.
And then you
like something or like
no, I'm not. See,
okay.
I wouldn't even go in there, man.
Oh, Frey, I didn't know.
What you talking about?
It's late, brother. Well, whatever you was talking about.
No, let's say you record something. Some wrong was going on, and I'm not saying that type of wrong, but it's any type of wrong.
Sure.
And then you get divorced. You can't use that in the proceeding.
So I'm not a lawyer. Let me say this right now, but I feel like what you can use is so in Illinois with 2 persons. So the other person has to agree to be a recording. So say like in the situation you just described, if I recorded something and the other person knew I was recording, it was cool with it. It's in that realm, and that recording is legal because both people agree. Now, if we get divorced and you're like, I don't know if you can say you can't use it because you agreed to it being recorded. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can go ahead and backtrack.
Well, here's my issue though.
Yeah.
What about if you're wired, if police?
And I'm sure that's different. That has to be different.
That I'm not giving you consent to record me.
Maybe that's different. I mean, I guess you ain't saying like big Rick. We're talking to this mic. I promise I'm not a cop. I promise.
I'm not just talking to my shirt here.
I'm wearing some AI, man. Ain't like that guy anyway.
I know it's uncomfortable, but here, just talk right there.
Under my arm. Just talk right into my armpit. Thanks, man. It would be great. Nah, man.
Are you gonna sell me the seats? I'm not. Wait. That might have happened.
No. So I got to end the 90s today. It's kind of this is what we're talking about. So here's in the 90s. I'm born into the 90s. So this is fitting, man, because I was, we talked about this, what happens when we got new technology, we lose it. And I was thinking, man, what did we do before GPS, right? Like before you had the thing in your phone that said, this is how you get to this particular address. Like, so before we move to, how much do you use Google Maps?
I use it a lot.
Yeah, I use it every day. Every time I get in the car.
I don't use it every day because I'm pretty much just going to the same places. But if I'm going to a place I don't usually frequent, I'm using it. Absolutely.
Well, here's why I use it every day. And shout out to my brother-in-law for being on to this. I use it for traffic purposes. Because
something to find out,
it's like because you think it's a 20-minute ride. It's normally a 20-minute ride. Think about how many times you jump in the car, you're like, all right, boom, you get there. And it's like, what? You have no clue what's happening. You're like, what is going on? And you stuck, you just don't even, you can't even maneuver because you have no idea what's happening. So he did. He said, even if I'm going home, I just check out to see what the traffic is looking like so I can understand how long it takes me to get home. So I've been doing that ever since then, just to see how long it takes. And Google Maps launched on February 8th, 2005, after what Google acquired Wear 2 Technologies. Then Google Chrome OS launched in 2009, so became part of the phone. So it was searchable, scrollable, and zoomable maps, gave you step-by-step directions, local business search, made digital maps interactive, easy to use, and connected to local information. So, excuse me, Broski and I were talking about, shout out to Broski, we ran in a race. We had a fundraiser for Brooklyn School. And Broski's daughter, shout out to my niece, she's going to college in the fall. And we were talking about man, our time at college, he went to school at Tennessee State, shout out to TSU. I went to Williams College, shout out to Williams College. And, but we were talking about how did we get there? He was like, bro, I don't even remember how we got to school. He said, I think, I was like, his mama, she's sure she got a map. My dad, shout out to my Uncle B, got arrested. So I remember seeing them on the kitchen table with the map laying out. And guess what? We got to Williams, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And
my dad had the atlas.
Yeah.
Had the atlas, and he would mark. He'd have a ruler and his atlas, and he would mark, where the to change roads and all that stuff, change interstates and all that.
Yeah.
And it was all mapped out on his map. So yeah, that's how we did it.
Yeah. And
Old
my
school.
pop used to tell me, when they were coming up from Tennessee to Chicago, like, 60s, 70s, that they just use landmarks. People, it wasn't like directions. They say, drive this far, you'll see this building. When you get there, come around. And that's how they just got people, because a lot of folks just didn't know, they just knew just had a way to get to Chicago. You see these things, and they use landmarks. That's why these buildings were so important.
I'd still be looking for places.
You said
what was that?
Listen, what building? Okay.
You said the red building.
But I think it's three of them. You're like, which one? The red one, the real red one. That's the direction black people give. The red one.
Nope.
But I always think it's dope how like Magellan and all them guys, right, use the stars, bro, to travel. That's, to me, that's genius. You know,
they didn't know what they was
they
doing.
Just to like,
let's be real.
It's like, all America.
Columbus thought he was in India. Bruh. Come on, bro.
Don't even. I mean, it's the name of Americo Vespucci. When I learned that in grammar school, I was like, we got this all backwards. But that's another pod for another day. But I remember, you think about, man, in the 90s, finding parties, places. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Dating a young lady in the 90s, early 90s, just got your car, trying to figure out what late night, early 2000s. And like, she just told you her address, and you figured out how to get to a crib, especially if they live in the suburbs. That used to be the worst. Just driving around the suburbs, like, ain't no lights. She's like,
that's
the
correct.
third house. Okay.
Well, we did it though.
But and found the house.
Yeah.
Determination is a mug. Okay. You're gonna get there. You're gonna make sure you find the house. But now,
you know what though? We got really good directions though.
Yeah.
I think people gave really good directions back then.
And we can't forget the OG MapQuest. This is in the 90s. Like, absolutely. I remember.
Was that in the 90s? Was that MapQuest 90s?
Yes, 90s or 2000s for sure. Because I remember vividly, like, I feel like MapQuest made us plan our trips, because you had to be like, all right. Because see, now we go on a trip, we wouldn't, the homies are going to trip in a minute, but still, if we went on a trip, I imagine we'll just like, all right, we'll figure it out when we get there. And we Google food, we Google, all right, what's near us? We walk there or jump, especially with Uber. Everything, we ain't got to know where nothing is anymore. But back then, you had to, all right, the one club is here. So that's how long it would take us to get there. Then from here, and you on a whole trip with a binder, a sheets of paper, and you just try to look and them last few steps of MapQuest was always wrong. Like, I don't care what them last 3 steps was always wrong. Like, wait, what? After a certain point, I just put the MapQuest. It's like, I'm in the general area. I'll figure it out. MapQuest was them. Is last
MapQuest still around?
I mean, they probably somewhere punching the air. Like, why did we put on the phones? but also too, and also, but hey, man, that's like Skype and Zoom. They're like, we were here first.
Man. Poor Skype. Did I hear Skype is gone now?
Hey man, listen, it died when the pandemic hit and Zoom was everywhere. You understand me?
Hey, guess what? Man, MapQuest is a website.
Ain't nobody using it. Well, people probably use it just to say they ain't using Google. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I don't use Google. I use MapQuest. Good luck on them last 3 lines, man. Good luck. Because it ain't gonna take it to your building. I promise you that. And it wasn't safe driving with those sheets of paper. Like, you just trying to read the paper. Like, wait, what? I don't know how we was getting away with this. Praise the Lord.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
MapQuest still calls the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of Mexico.
Shout out to MapQuest.
Use MapQuest.
Man, but I remember just, before you got on the trip, had to print all them papers, man. Just, had to print going there and coming back. You definitely had to have that. Maybe on the trip you kind of, figure some stuff out, but you definitely had there and the reverse.
Yeah.
That was in your hand, you know what I mean? So that's in the 90s for today. What do we do before GPS? Shout out to MapQuest, man. So, as I missed anything?
No, I think you covered it all.
Thank you for checking out the Super Duper Podcast. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials, SUPA, DUPA, POD. What up, Sarah? Also follow us at YouTube at HP53 Productions and online at hp53productions.com for our merch and additional content. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that's out there, especially my mama. What's up, mama? My sisters, my niece, all the women that I know that love their children, doing the best for their children, and especially happy Mother's Day to your mom, Big Az, and also your sister as well. I wish you the best Mother's Day ever. And, you know, I know we pro dads on here as we should be, but trust me, we had nothing without the women in our lives who raise us, care for us, love for us. And also just a shout out to the people who may have lost their mother. You know, I know it's a big thing in the Black community, like you wear red roses for your mother that's here, but the white ones for those that have passed. And so I know just prayers and thoughts for all those who this is a tough holiday for, because I just can't imagine how that may feel. But, you know, for those people who unfortunately have to celebrate this day without their mother, we are thinking of you, and, you know, definitely thoughts and prayers with you, because it's never, I'm sure you can never get over it. And we're not telling you to get over it, right? We just understand this is a tough day for you. We hope that you can, especially if your mother was a great mother, right, that you can sit back and think about all the things she taught you, all the things she showed you, and all the things that she's meant to you. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Mama, I love you so much. Again, make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Hey, mama, this is the Super Duper Podcast.
Real pain, champagne from you and I. Wait, you alive? Now that's champagne if you was I. Would you be off on this campaign? Is it suicide? If you know that bringing hope here is how careers die. Or do the K stand for kamikaze? The J silent is everywhere, you can feel them probably. Surely, lately, I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this. Life thinking I should be further and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. They said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I woke up.